You might have tried everything, every technique, every app under the sun, and yet here you are, utterly crap at French. You can't speak it to save your life, you can't remember the words. So this video will address an imaginary crap learner, the crappiest learner of French the world has ever seen, and will diagnose why, the reason for this crapness. I'll try not to use that word too many times. So, one thing a crap learner will fail at is to understand why they're learning these French words and how they'll use them in reality. There's a disconnect between the studying, which is usually poorly performed anyway, and the actual future use. We're talking about a disconnect here. It's as if they were practicing using a bayonet without actually visualizing that at some point they'll be charging at other soldiers on a battlefield, and once they're on the battlefield, they've forgotten all their practice. There's a lack of transfer from practice to reality, or even from practice to practice for that matter. The practice is poor, they can't build towards better practice, and all this bad practice can't bring them to actual good results. A crap learner of French usually studies badly a thing they don't understand how to use in reality. They don't even see themselves use it in reality, use this French in reality. It's as if they never realized, hey, this is actually real. This type of learner doesn't see the battlefield. They see the exercise in front of them, pricking the bag of sand with the bayonet. They find it a bit boring, and when the practice session's over, they'll say, thank God that's over, I hope French will come soon, or in this case, I hope I'll be as strong as Rambo very soon. There's an entire disconnect between the motion of using the bayonet and the future use they'll make of it. The Sergeant Major, Major Payne, will be screaming at them to put their hands there and there on the rifle, and to put their legs this way in order to move back quickly and disembowel the next soldier. The crap learner will only register a very small portion of these instructions. They'll bring it down to doing stuff with a gun, quote unquote. Why? Because the realness or the relevance of this practice hasn't hit them. Now we can ask ourselves, how is a person supposed to practice with utter faith and belief in a gory battle on a battlefield if they've never experienced it? And how can they truly appreciate any of the advice of the Sergeant Major, major misunderstanding, until they've actually had their bayonet stuck in a soldier and had to put their foot on him and push him off with their foot, and out comes a whole bloody load of mess of organs that weighs the rifle down. And that's the whole difficulty of learning a language. You're travelling down a road that's unknown to you, it's a walk of faith, there's no reason for you to know what's at the end of the road because you've never been there before, you've never travelled that road before. But you have to keep walking, and you have to do it properly, or you'll never get there. So it's really a walk of faith. You've never been down that road, so you can't know what's at the other end of the road, at the far end of the road, but you have to keep walking and trust it. The typical crap learner won't listen to the Sergeant Major. They'll go through the motions and see practice as a self-contained exercise. This is very important for this video. It's all about transfer. And if there's one word I would like you to remember if you identify as a crap learner, it's transfer. They see practice as a self-contained exercise. They'll believe there's a better way of learning, a more clever way of learning, such as watching an influencer soldier on YouTube or using an app for bayonet fighting. And this is actually proof of their lack of understanding. To a bad learner, to a crap learner, practice is practice. And since it's all self-contained anyway, it might as well be anything at all. Because they don't link mentally how their practice, they don't link how their practice will ever transfer to reality. So it might as well be anything. I'm very serious. Why do you think all the crap learners, all the unsuccessful learners, also watch crap entertainers on YouTube? Because to them it's all the same. Whether it's an app, an influencer, anything. They don't register, so that they stay in the in the practice bubble, or whatever they call practice, it doesn't transfer to reality. The sergeant major will tell them, your influencer has never been to the army. Look, their background is in marketing. But to the crap learner, it makes no true difference. Should we blame the crap learner? Should they be blaming themselves? Actually, no, because all of this starts in school. A lot of adult learners were never taught the transfer from learning to reality, because our 15 years of schooling never offered this, or barely. You do geometry, you do history for years and years, you don't know why you do it or what the wider purpose is, because school doesn't explain itself. The high school student can't justify their own being, nor how any of what they do has any link with reality whatsoever. One day blends into the next. They don't know what they'll be doing today, tomorrow, next week, nor whether the curriculum of this year is much different from the curriculum from 2 years ago, because they've already forgotten. And that's the bad example we were given for over 15 years. The best learners of French are capable of understanding why they're holding the bayonet. They understand why they've been asked to prick the bag of sand 100,000 times, and why it's important to learn with a real sergeant major. My name's Chris. There's no reason for you to remain a crap learner of French. It's not a medical condition. You can achieve French, but it's going to require a change of mindset and a change of tools also. Find me at OuiCommunicate.com for some French. Let's do it properly this time. I hope this was useful. Bye.